Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rundown with the Cowboy Crab. I am the Cowboy Crab, and tonight's the big night, folks. It is Victory Bowl 35. Big night indeed here. As well, as you saw, we are going to start with the playoff recap, and then I'll give the preview on the Victory Bowl. And as a little bonus, I'll give my guide to victory for both sides. So, let's get started with the play-in matchups for Season 35. So, we'll start back in at the play-in. So, to start it out, number 7 seed New York Destroyers with the win over the 10 seed Snowhawks, 42-32, 10-point victory for the Destroyers. Huskies, the 8 seed, with the win, 58-42 over the 9 seed Sentinels. In the Eastern Conference, those were your matchups. In the Western Conference, the Rams at the 7th seed with a 43-37 win over the 10 seed Aztecs. And the 8 seed Warriors with a 51-21 victory over the 9 seed Rattlers in the Western Conference. That is how it looked for the play-ins. Shut up. And then you get to the wild card matchups. We'll start with the Eastern Conference. The 1 seed Freedom with a 63-31 victory over the 7 seed Destroyers. The 8th seed Huskies with the upset of the playoffs with a elimination 38-35 victory over the 2 seed Knights. Another first round exit for DC. And then the King of Light Rockford Raptors at the 3rd seed with a 34-13 victory over Toronto, the 5th seed. Then for the Western Conference, the 1 seed Jackrabbits with a 1-point victory, 56-55 over the 7 seed Rams. The Twisters, 2nd seed with a 42-37 win over the 8 seed Warriors. 3rd seed Raiders with a 46-21 win over the Sky King, the 6th seed Sky Kings. And another upset in the wild card round, the 5th seed Sunbirds with a 46-43 win over the 4th seed Vikings. Moving on to the divisional round. And just noticing that for the Eastern Conference, there is no mention of the 4th seed team. So, let me quickly go find that real quick. For some reason, not in scores. See if I can find it. Because I don't feel like scrolling through trying to find that. But no. Alright, so no mention of that game whatsoever with the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, but we'll get to them in a second. Which is weird considering... Never mind. We'll get to it in a little bit. In the divisional round, you had the 8th seed Huskies lose 56-59 to the 1 seed Freedom. And then you had the 4th seed Phoenix, whose wildcard game is not listed for some reason, with a 54-40 win over the 3 seed King of Light Raptors. And then for the Western Conference, the 5 seed Sunbirds fall 35-63 to the 1 seeded Jackrabbits. And the number 3 Raiders fall 29-32 to the 2 seed Twisters. And the championship games, it is... I've got to scroll for this because it's not in scores. So, for the Eastern Conference Championship game, the Phoenix destroy the Freedom 62-27 to go to Victory Bowl 35. And then in the Western Conference, the Twisters with a upset victory, 54-47, to head to the Victory Bowl 35. And wasn't listed, but I will quickly go over the Pro Bowl. So you had Joshi winning the Mossoff. You had Navu, Mateo, Dremo, and Chris winning the Jam-Off. Joshi defeats Stunta in the Group Mossoff tournament. Let's try this again. Bob defeats Bojangles Bandit. I think this is for something else. I'm not sure, but it's listed in the media, so. It's the owner of the Huskies defeating the star wide receiver for the Phoenix, so that's something. And then for the Pro Bowl game itself, the OEC defeats the OWC 63-55 in a high-scoring affair. So now you get to the Victory Bowl itself. Phoenix and the Twisters. Now, for the Phoenix, how they win this game tonight, this is what they do. They are going to have to figure out a way to shut down Bailey and that high-powered Twisters offense. The only way to do that is you got to stop either Sparkled, Carabine, or Samuel from burning your secondary. If one of them gets a lane and they are off to the races, then Bailey, without a second thought, will launch it up to them. And most likely, it's going to be either a big gain or a touchdown. So that is their key for defense. And on offense, Finley, you just got to be productive. Because that Twisters defense, I've said it all year, is not the greatest defense in the world. They can make big plays, though. So you got to stop them from making big plays, and you got to keep a consistent productivity for Finley and the Phoenix offense. Now for the Twisters, the offense, it's the same deal. You just got to be productive at all times. Bailey cannot be making mistakes like he did in the conference championship game with the interceptions, or the Red River Rivalry with the interceptions. You got to keep interceptions to a minimum. You can't be forcing bad throws. Now for the defense, those big plays got to be more consistent. Defense has got to be extremely consistent. You cannot let Finley, run all over you. Like, what's trying to think of it? You cannot let Finley be the horse and you guys be the dirt. You can't let him run all over you. Whether that be literally with his legs or metaphorically with his arms. So, keys to both sides are pretty similar, which probably means it's going to be a very consistent matchup. And I would not think a blowout. On paper, this is going to be a highly competitive matchup and will come down to the wire. However, I thought the same thing with the conference championship game, and Phoenix absolutely destroyed the Freedom. So who do I think is going to win this game? Well, the odds have always been against the Twisters. So, but they've gone against the odds all season. They're an undefeated team. However, Atlanta is looking like a juggernaut. So, I'm putting the odds on this game 50-50. And as much as it hurts for me to say, I think Atlanta gets the win. It's gonna be less than one possession, is my prediction, and the defense of the Twisters is just gonna falter at the last possible second, and Finley will capitalize and get the win. So my prediction is Phoenix get the win tonight, but the Twisters, they have just as much as a chance as they do. I just think more times likely the Phoenix will get the win. So it hurt me to say that, but I think Atlanta gets another Victory Bowl under their belt here tonight. Their second one in 3 seasons. Or 4 seasons, whatever. I think, it was 32, so it'd be the second one in, 3 seasons. I think I'm right on that. But I think that's where I'll wrap it up here for you today, folks. Representing T-Motion, I'm the Cowboy Crab, saying so long, everybody.